Kid you not, guys, it's like 5:30 in the morning, but I digress. This is another video of the series I call Knowledge Dump. Today we're talking about multi-level marketing. So I've been in a couple of multi-level marketing companies, one of them being Amway, the other one being IML. Both of these companies are still going today, so it's not like they're complete scams. And I know a lot of people feel that way, but if you think about it, if you look at the concept of how a MLM works and then how an actual business works, same thing. There's hierarchy and they get paid more than you. That's just how it is. But when it comes down to my experience with these companies, this is like my first time learning how you can actually do it yourself versus having to do it within a job. So if you put the effort in yourself, you can have people who are underneath you, of course, and whatever efforts they're putting in, you get a part of that effort. And I wanted to just start off with Amway. I did this when I was very young, and so I didn't know exactly what I was getting myself into. But the person that was signing me up, I thought he was going to be like a father figure to me, and later on I learned it was only about the Amway shit. It wasn't about trying to be a father figure, because when I gave up on that shit, he did not want to be part of my life still, so it is what it is. Now, when it comes down to being in Amway, though, I learned that it is a very big company. I see that they own an arena, they own different things, so it's not like they're a small company. And the way that they work, of course, is that you have to sell products, and you have to have people who underneath you are also selling products. Now, in my opinion, I didn't really like the products that much, and so it was kind of hard for me to sell it, but I did like the concept of having other people try to sell it for me. And so my approach, of course, was to try to get new people underneath my team as quick as possible. Now, when you are in this business, it is best if you have friends that actually want to work with you. When it comes down to my experience, I didn't have a lot of people that I knew that actually wanted to do the selling of the products. They liked the concept of having people underneath them. So I had some people for a little bit, but when the sales weren't coming in like they should have and the money wasn't coming in, it was very easy to give up on it. And I'm going to be honest with you, after I think maybe 10 months being in it, I didn't make that much money in it. I was trying to work with my upline as much as possible to recruit people. We did the whole, let's go through your contact list, let's write down all these phone numbers, let's try reaching out to them, let's see what they say about this, and let's reach back out to them every so-and-so amount of time to figure out if they want to join or not. And I will say, that shit bugged the hell out of me after a while. I've ruined some friendships because of that, man. Hey, man, I'm part of this team where we're trying to become the next new set of millionaires, man, and I want you to be part of it, dog. Well, how much money are you making? I'm not really making any money. I'm actually still paying into this every single month, and it's costing me. But if you join, you can also pay into this monthly and alleviate the monthly fees that I have to pay so I can start making money. How does that sound? Scamish, like, right? And after a while, I just got tired of doing that because it did kind of seem like a scam. But I know overall it's not necessarily a scam. It's just the way that you go about getting the business done. It's not as easy. So I will say, if you are going to be part of that, just be aware of the type of products that you're going to sell. I'm not going to say that all marketing or multi-level marketings are like complete scams, but like, you gotta do your homework. And so for me, I didn't have the best experience with Amway. I wish the best for everyone that's still in it. Like I said, it's not a scam. It is a very profitable business if you can scale up your model and become, was it a diamond or emerald or whatever level rank it is, where you can make a certain amount of residuals every single month. So it can be worth it, but it's a lot of hard work. You gotta actually have a good network of people. You gotta be good at talking to people. You got to be good at convincing people that they can also do the same thing for themselves, and you got to be good at constantly motivating them. Once you get the sale done, it's not it. You got to keep constantly saying, hey, we can keep going to the next level. We can keep going to the next level. We can keep going to the next level. Multi-level marketing, crazy. So let's go into the next thing, and that was IML. And you know what? No, something actually really funny is that I remember after the first couple months, they had this huge convention, and it was down in Florida. It was my first time being around like Florida. I was in Fort Lauderdale, I think, But we went out to Miami a couple times, and that was like the first time I fell in love with the city. And it's kind of crazy. A few years later, here we are. We're down here. We're in Miami, baby. So, to get to the point, I had signed up underneath a couple of people who are now like chairmen, and they became chairman very quick because they moved from one marketing or multi-level marketing to this one. I believe it was like a travel-based one, and these guys were around like the Midwest, and they were doing okay with it, but it turns out that marketing, I'm just going to say marketing whatever thing, because MLM is kind of hard to remember every single time to say, so marketing company. That marketing company that they were working for before actually was a bust. They weren't paying out people anymore, and it actually did become a scam. So you would think these people were also scam artists, right? But no, I was like, I understand. Things happen. You can't control things like that. So we're like, we have this new opportunity, and we want to get you into it as well. And guess what it is? It's about trading Forex. In my head, at the time, I wanted to learn more about trading. I wasn't that knowledgeable about it, and I wanted to learn more. So when I joined, I was joining for the fact that I was going to be learning trading. But the people that I signed up underneath had a different plan. They only cared about the multi-level part. They only cared about signing up more people and having people sign up underneath them. They didn't know anything about trading, at least at that time. They may have learned over the years, but at the time, I was coming into it thinking I was learning more about trading. No, it was about selling people this idea that you can make money off other people again. And I got into that company thinking that I was going to have a good return of investment, considering that even if I didn't do the multi-level part, I can at least do the trading part and I can make money off that. And at that time, I didn't understand that you need a lot of capital to trade. And now that I've gotten the knowledge, of course, there is a way to get capital. But at that time, I didn't know all these things. I'm just learning. So when I talk about these things, they're all learning experiences. Now, these companies are still going strong. I still see the people that I got signed underneath. They're still going strong. And it's funny because I ran into them a couple times, and they act like the most low-down people ever. Like I wasn't part of their first meeting ever. Like I wasn't one of their first people they signed up. As if I wasn't on the higher ends of rank if I actually stayed in there. So that's why I mean, like these people, usually when you sign up with them, they only care about you being in their business. If you're not in their business, they don't give a fuck about you. So that's why I stopped doing these things, because it's the type of mentality that these people have. And it's kind of sickening. Because it's like, yo, man, I just want to be successful in this. Well, you need to be calling people. You need to be doing this. You need to be bringing people to the meetings. You need to be doing this. And it's like, bro, I just want to learn the trading aspect of it. When I signed up about it, or signed up on this, you said I could just go about just the trading. It was a two-way thing. I can either do the multi-level part or I could do the trading. I'm trying to focus on the trading. But you don't want to do that? You know, you can make more money with the trading, right? Because even when we leave this company, we can still do trading. That's not what they had in mind. So I remember coming down to Florida and shaking hands with millionaires. And guess what they told me? They made most of their money from trading. So I tried to learn. But I got burnt out really quick as well on that, because once again, you need capital. I've tried putting a few $100s or maybe a couple grand into an account. Burned them. I didn't realize that you should start with demo accounts. People didn't really say too much about that. They wanted you to start trading right away with real capital. I didn't know all these things, and I wish going back I learned a little bit more from them on the fact of trading. I wish I would have networked with other people that were also in the business that were focusing more on the trading versus the multi-level part. Because at the end of the day, I will say it can be a lucrative business if you actually are good with networking and good with like retaining people and being cool with them. But at the same time, just know that if you are part of this, if you decide that you want to quit, these people will forget your name quicker than ever. They don't give a fuck about you because you're not part of their business no more. And that's the part that I don't like about multi-level marketing, is that if you're not part of the business, we don't give a fuck about you. And that's the experience I've had from both companies. And I've heard the same thing from people having the same thing happen to them in other companies. I don't really want to go into too many names because I don't know if these companies are still around like they used to be, but the two that I mentioned I know are still around. because I peep in on these people every now and then just to see what they're up to. And guess what? Some of them are doing good. Some of them are not doing good. And like I said, if you want to get into it, you just got to put in the effort and time, and it can work out for you. But just know, you might sound like a scam to people. People might not like what you're offering. People might stop fucking with you if they see that you're in this for the wrong reasons. Or even for the right reasons. They might stop fucking with you because they just don't like the idea of what you're doing. So, to wrap all this up into one little summary, I will say, multi-level marketing, is it worth it? Kind of, for the learning experience if you're younger. But if you're a little bit older, probably not, because you're going to have to constantly sell. And even once you get people sold to the idea, you have to constantly sell them to stay. So, is it worth it? I'll make that determination up to you. But for me, no. Now, let's speak about now. I'm ready to start getting more into trading. And so, will I get back into IML? I don't know. It seems kind of nice to think about the fact that if I'm really good at trading, and if I sit there and I can sign up more people underneath me to also get into trading, and I have the knowledge now, I might consider it. Like, I might. But the thing is, I don't know how it's going to work for my hierarchy. If I ended up getting signed up, do I go underneath the two people who are chairmen, or do I get signed up somewhere else now? Because I got signed up underneath chairmans. Like, the people that are right above me are chairmen, and right above them is chairman. I will say the higher name person, just because of how big they are, Alex Morton, I'm 2 ranks underneath him. That's where I got signed up underneath. He signed up the people that were underneath, or when we talk about the levels, Alex Morton, my upline, me. That's how close I was. That's how close I was in this business. And I didn't feel like I got the most out of it because it was just about the multi-level part rather than the trading. And I wish it was different. But that's it. That's all I have for multi-level marketing. Hopefully that helps you make a determination on what you want to do on that. But peace.